Hey there, it's Felicity Fletcher. I'm an avid reader, a hopeful author, and a practicing witch and astrologer, and this is one of my weekly astrology videos. This video is covering the week of Sunday, April 27th through Saturday, May 3rd, and I'm happy to have you here. Let's talk about the astrology. So we are starting right off the bat on Sunday the 27th with the moon moving into Taurus. The moon in Taurus is all about serenity, peace. It's about constant. One of the things that's happening with this specific moon in Taurus is that almost immediately after it moves into Taurus, it's going to be a new moon. This means that it's going to be conjuncting the sun. New moon is all about beginnings. It's about starting fresh. It's about getting a clean slate. It's about using the clean slate. So the new moon, we start, we begin, we start creating, we continue creating up until the full moon. And then the full moon, we start taking away. We start erasing. We start getting that clean slate ready. We keep what works and we get rid of what doesn't. So this is a time to create. This is the time to add new things. This is the time to try new things. And this is the new beginning. Specifically, when we're talking about Taurus, we're talking about foundations. Taurus is really about the foundation of things. Taurus is about creating comfort. It's about creating things that you're going to enjoy. It's about having things long term. Taurus doesn't move very quickly. Taurus just creates on a long-term basis. Taurus works on creating what they really want. There's nothing that needs to happen right now as long as we are working towards what we want in the future. So this new moon is all about those new foundations that we are building off of. It's about appreciating the simplicity of life. This new moon is about taking a step back. This is about just enjoying what you have and figuring out what you want. It's about just the basics of life. It's about hanging out with family and friends. It's about enjoying good food. It's simple. It's not going out to a massive party. It's just doing something you enjoy. We are going to have to confront any resistance we have to change. Change is here, and we have to choose what to do about that. The world around us is changing. Our lives are changing whether we want to or not. The astrology right now is all about change. And this new moon, this is our opportunity. This is our opportunity to confront any resistance we have to change and to decide what we want to do with the change. What do we want? What do we want to create for ourselves? What do we want to create for our communities? What do we want to create for the world around us? This new moon is giving us opportunity to build the foundation to do something with it. We are going to find that we are going to be spending quite a bit of time reevaluating our relationships. This is how we interact with people that we work with. This is how we interact with others in our community. This is how we interact with our family, our friends, our loved ones. We're also going to reevaluate our relationship with money. How much are we spending, and do we really need to be spending that? Do we really need certain things, or are we fine without it? This is a trend that's been coming up a lot. We are seeing it a lot with different boycotts that are going on, with people saying, hey, I realized I don't need to go to this store and buy random things. I don't need to be spending money on fancy drinks, or I don't need to be spending money on name brand vitamins. There's other alternatives that allow us to have a better relationship with our money. We need to just take this time to focus on simple pleasures and what do we truly value. If we take the time to look at those things, we can create so much with this new moon. There are going to be those who don't want to change, that are going to be so resistant to change, that are going to demand that life continue to be normal. There is no normal anymore. So we're going to have to see that. We're going to have to acknowledge that people are dealing with that, but we aren't. So we can move on. We can create. After that, the moon will be in Taurus for a couple days as we kind of just feel that energy. We're going to kind of be able to sit with this new moon energy for a little bit longer than normal and really kind of see where we want to go with it. And then on Tuesday, the 29th, the moon will be moving into Gemini. When the moon's in Gemini, we're a lot more curious about things. We're more restless. We don't really want to sit down. We want to be doing things. We want to be active. We want to be dancing and talking and socializing. We want to be doing it. It's a very light energy. There's nothing holding us back. There's nothing holding us back from getting out there, getting on the dance floor, just going. And we just gotta have fun with that. Let's accept it. Let's go. Let's dance. Let's do it. Then on Wednesday the 30th, Venus is going to be moving into Aries. This is part of that retrograde shadow period that we've been talking about with Venus. And we're coming up to the very end of all of these aspects that Mercury and Venus dealt with when they were going retrograde. We are coming to the end of the karmic lessons of this retrograde period. So Venus moving into Aries, we're almost there. We're almost out of it. We're almost moving forward. When Venus is going to be in Aries, it's all going to be about fire. Things are going to be spontaneous. It's going to be just go, do, love, be. We're going to be able to start moving on from the past. We've had the past thrown in our face recently. We've had all these retrogrades. We've had all these lessons. We've had to really dig deep and deal with emotions and deal with our decisions and process all of it. And now we get to start moving forward. When Venus is in Aries, things get expressed. Passions are out there. We're loud, we're proud, it's happening. Everything is just a little bit stronger, a little bit more passionate, more expressive, and that's awesome. Love is passionate. Alfredo's passionate about his food, if you heard that. So, Alfredo's my cat, for those of you who don't know, and he just had to let me know it's almost lunchtime. So he's passionate about his food. He loves his food. That's Venus and Aries. We're going to be passionate about what we love too. And then the very next day, on Thursday the 1st, we have that final thing. We have this final conjunction that once we get through this, it's forward motion. We're not going to forget about this retrograde period we just went through with Venus and Mercury. There were a lot of lessons we need to learn and that we need to keep with us. But we get to really start moving forward when Venus conjuncts Neptune. Now, while this is going on, it is a little bit more difficult. We're very sensitive. We're very receptive. It's easy to read between the lines, even if there aren't words between the lines. We're going to be picking up on people's emotions. And in some ways, we're going to be defining those emotions for the other people. This could look like being in a meeting at work and someone says something and you're just convinced that even though they didn't say it, they're mad at you by how they said it. We need to be patient with that. We need to just accept that that's what's going on, but really question ourselves. This energy is all about living in a daydream, living in a fantasy world, and that's okay. We can escape into a daydream for a couple days. We can let ourselves we cannot push ourselves on Thursday. Thursday, it's going to be hard to really get to work, to get things done. It's okay. Don't push yourself. Let yourself daydream. Where do those daydreams take you? Maybe it's in a direction that you might want to go. So once we get through that Venus conjunct Neptune, once we get through that last little bit of being extremely sensitive and not really able to put in the work, to really get to work, once we get through that, it's going to be a whole lot better. We're going to be able to start really moving forward, doing, creating, taking this foundation that we are building with this new moon and doing something with it. We are building the house. So we have just a couple more small things to talk about. The other thing happening on Thursday the 1st is the moon will be moving into Cancer. While the moon's in Cancer, we care about our home. We care about taking care of our home. We care about feeling like we're at home, creating a home that we are at peace in. It's a very domestic energy, and it's just another continuation of this house that we're building. This is when we laid the foundation. This is when we start getting excited about what we get to pick to hang on the walls, what the furniture is going to look like, what the vision and the vibe is going to be. And then on Saturday the 3rd, the moon moves into Leo. It's getting us ready for what's coming next. It's very warm, it's generous, it's creative, it's excited. We have had so much energy recently pushing change on us. We see this in the way the world is around us. We see it in how people are reacting. We see it how society is in general. It's been rough. We've been forced to go back and revisit things. We've been forced to figure out what didn't work. We've been forced into change. Change is here. What are we going to do with it? This is when we get to decide what we are going to do with it, and we get to start moving forward. So I'm excited to be moving forward with you. Thank you so much for being here, for watching my video. If you liked it, you can always do that stuff. Share, like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. But really, just come back next week. And on a little bit of a housekeeping note, I am currently working to have these videos out by Thursday evening each week. So if you check on Friday, it should be there. Saturday at the worst case scenario, but hopefully we can start doing Thursday. Thank you again, and I'll see you next week.